Hi guys, in this month I'll be uploading fun and spooky Scratch Halloween games. So in this video I'll be showing you how to code a Halloween platformer. So mine's called The Haunted. So let's play. A spooky background music, we got a timer, we got a player, and we got fog, and as well as our backdrop and platforms. So we need to reach the end before our player disappears. So when the timer decreases, our player fades. So you can see we got the fog. So okay, you won. So I won by 5 seconds. So now let's just wait until our player disappears to see what happens. So now you can see when our timer is 0, our player disappears and you lost. So this is really easy to make, so let's jump into the video. So the first thing you need to do is open the starter project. So we got the player sprite with all the player animation costumes. And then we got the BG sprite which has these platform backgrounds. And then we got a sprite called platform with the real platforms. And then we got the back fog, so this will stay at the back. And then we got the moving fog, and we got a sprite called text with the you lost and you won. And we got our thumbnail. So if you click the backdrop, we got this really spooky backdrop. So first let's code the player. So click on the player sprite, and when green flag click on variables, and let's make 3 new variables called. So the first one is called time, X for all sprites, Y for all sprites. Now let's hide all of these, and we need to set time to 100. And then we need to show, and then set our ghost effect to 20. And go to X negative 132 and Y 0. So we need to forever change our Y by negative 1. So now let's code our right and left key arrow controls. For that, key right arrow pressed. We need to change our X by 1. And if key left arrow pressed, we need to change our X by negative 1. And then we need to set X to, go for operators, times, so it's X times 0.87. And then we need to change our X by X And now you can see we could move left and right. And now grab an if statement. So if touching platforms, so we need to change y by 1. So duplicate this and duplicate this, so it's 4, and duplicate 3. So now we got 7, and on the last one we need to change our y by -6. And now grab an if else statement and another if else statement. If key up arrow pressed, we need to set our y to 10. And if our x is greater than 0, we need to set x to -10. Else we need to set x to 10. And then grab this change x by, grab a times x times -1. And then we need to set x to 0. And you could see this arrow, so in top of that we need to change y by y. So grab this if statement. So if touching platforms, we need to change our y by, duplicate this, change this to y and place it here. We need to duplicate and set our y to 0. And then we need to change our y by -1. And grab this if statement and AND. So if touching platform and if key up arrow pressed, we need to set our y to 13 and then change y by 1. And now you can see our gravity works and our player can jump, move, and we got the wall detection, and we could also wall jump. So okay, now let's code our player animation. So for that, when green flag clicked, we need to grab a forever, if key right arrow press, then we need to point in direction 90 degrees and we need to switch costume to costume number 3. So which is this costume. So duplicate this. So if the left arrow pressed, we need to point in direction -90. And duplicate and delete this pointing direction. So if key not any pressed, we need to switch costume to 00 and duplicate, and we need to remove this not condition and key up arrow pressed, we need to switch costume to costume number 1, which is this. So now you can see we got the player animation. So now I'll be showing you how to code our platforms. So first we need to click on BG, which is the background of the platform. So this is the sprite visible and this is the hidden one with no any spikes or any other things. So when green flag clicked, we need to set our ghost effect to 20, and we need to forever, we need to switch costume to make a variable called level. Then we need to switch costume to level. And now let's click on the platform sprite. So we need to, when we click, we need to select level to 1 and go to X00, and we need to set our ghost effect to 100. So setting the ghost effect to 100 would make it like high, but it's not hidden. Because it's not hidden, it's still showing, but it just sets the ghost effect to 100. And then we need to forever switch costume to levels. So okay, now let's code the level system. So for that, click on player. In here, if our X position is greater than negative 255. So if our X position is greater than negative 255, then we need to change our level by 1. And then we need to go to X 132 and Y 0. So if our X position is greater than negative 235, so if our X position is greater than 235, so make sure you change it, and then we'll change level by 1 and go to our original X and Y position. So okay, now let's check whether it works. And now you can see when our player reaches the end, we switch levels. So okay, it's working. And now you can see if our player falls down, nothing happens. So for that, we need to go to this and just duplicate this and change this to Y position. So if our Y position is lesser than negative 175, then we need to go to this X and Y original position. So okay, now let's test that. So now you can see if our player falls down, our player dies and respawns to the original position. So okay, now I'll be showing you how to code the fog. So we got two sprites called back fog and fog. So first click on back fog. So this will be in the back, and we need to, when we click, we need to show, and we need to go backward 100 layers and go to X00 and set our ghost effect to 70. Then I can see we got this back fog. And now let's code our moving fog. So click on fog sprite, and this is the moving one. So when we clicked, we need to go to front layer and then go backward 2 layers, and we need to set our ghost effect to 80. Go to X10 and Y0, and then we need to show, and click on control and create clone of myself, and we need to forever change our X by negative 1 and grab this if position. So if our X position equals negative 420, then we need to hide. So when we click, we need to click on variable, and we need to make a variable called change Y well for this spread only, and then we need to change Y well to negative 10 and grab this forever. We need to repeat 50. We need to change this by negative 0.25 and duplicate, and this should be negative and the first one should be positive. And then we need to, when I start as a clone block, we need to set our ghost effect to 80. And then when I start as a clone block, we need to go to front layer and go backward 2 layers, and then we need to show, and we need to set our X to 420, and we need to forever, we need to change our X by -1, and grab this if position. So if our position, which is our X position, is equals to 10, then we need to create a clone of myself. And duplicate if X position is equals to -420. Then we need to delete this fog. So okay, now let's test our fog. So and I can see our moving fog. We got the moving fog. So okay, now let's code our player timer. So click on player and go for variables and click on time. Right click and select large readout. And on the top, when green flag clicked, we need to forever wait 0.80 seconds and change time by 1. When green flag click, forever grab this if it is lesser than, so if our time is lesser than 80, we need to set ghost effect to 40, duplicate and change this to 50. So these are custom values, you could add any value you want. And if our time is lesser than 40, to set ghost effect to 80. If time equals 20, set ghost effect to 90. And then we need to, if time equals 0, so grab this 0. So if time equals 0, then we need to set ghost effect to 100. We need to broadcast a new message called "you lost," and then stop other scripts in this sprite. And then we need to stop this script. And now grab another when green flag clicked, and we need to set level to 1. And forever we need to grab if statement. If our level is greater than 11, then we need to wait 0.10 seconds and height, and we need to broadcast a message called "you won." And we need to stop other scripts in this sprite and stop this script. So okay, now click on text. We need to set our ghost effect to 100. Go to X00, and when I receive "you lost," we need to switch costume to costume number 1, which is this, and wait 1 second, repeat 20. We need to change our ghost effect by -5. and duplicate, and when I receive view 1, we need to switch costume to 2, which is this. So okay, now let's test our game. So now you can see our timer decreases. You can see when our timer decreases, our player also fades. And you can see our U1 text work behind our platform, so we need to click on BG. So at the start, let's go to backward 3 layers and go to front layer. So this depends on your one. So what you need to do is go to front layer, just click on this and go backward layer and click this until your platform's behind. So it's 5, so I change this to 5, and now let's test it. And I can see our mist is in front of our platform. And now you can see our U lost also works, so our text sprite works. So now I'll be showing you how to code our thumbnail and add again music. So this is really simple. We need to click on thumbnail sprite, and when the green flag click, we need to go to front layer, and then we need to set our ghost effect to 100. And then click on stage. When green flag click, we need to forever. We need to play sound music. So I upload a sound called music, a really spooky one, and we need to play sound music until it's done. And you could just set the volume. I'll set it like 60. And make sure you click on this show this thumbnail. And now you can see our thumbnail works as well as our game background music. So our platformer works. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to get more of this from this channel, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any of the videos. And if you find this video really interesting, make sure to share it with your friends. So see you with another awesome and spooky Scratch tutorial.